Hello, welcome to Retry Radio. This is the first episode of this podcast. This is going to be a weekly show for the channel for the time being, mostly about gaming, or it can be, about whatever the hell we want to talk about. With me is Dennis.
Hi.
And I am Kerley. How you doing, Dennis?
I'm great.
Me too, sir. Me too. So today, what we're going to be talking about is the Nintendo Direct for February 2019. This Nintendo Direct came out of nowhere and just fucking blew everyone's socks off. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. So right out of the gate, let me set you up on how I was watching this Direct, because it happened very inconveniently that I had band practice the day of a Nintendo Direct. So me and my friends, we're doing band practice. We decided to get some lunch. Lunch took a little bit longer, so the Nintendo Direct was starting as I was driving us back to the practice spot. So me being a massive Nintendo fan, I was like, guys, put the Nintendo Direct on your phone immediately. And right out of the gate, they show fucking Mario Maker 2. Mario Maker 2, the game that I've been just clamoring for, since the Switch's announcement. I was like, please put Mario Maker on Switch. I didn't care if it was going to be a port. I didn't care if it was going to be a sequel. I just wanted Mario Maker on the Switch. Fans of the channel know that this is my fucking jam. So literally driving down the highway, the first screen that pops up is just New Super Mario Bros. Super Mario World, sorry. And it's clearly Mario Maker because you see the sign, you see the crazy spikes. And I'm literally screaming girl falsetto at the top of my lungs driving down the highway. My friends are terrified, saying, Kerley, please drive. I'm looking back and forth from the phone to the road, screaming as loud as I can, terrifying everyone around me, probably very unsafe. Kids, don't watch Nintendo while driving. It's not a good idea. They're showing slopes. They're showing new enemies. They showed this new, creator hub, these circle panels that are just fucking, beautiful. And then they show goddamn 3D world layout. The themes for Mario Maker, if you guys don't know, Super Mario World, Mario Bros. 1, Super Mario Bros. 3, and New Soup. And now we have fucking 3D world in a 2D setting. And it's ridiculous. They've got tornadoes. They've got angry suns. They've got on-off switches. This Nintendo blew this fucking sequel out of proportion. Because to be completely honest with you guys, I expected a Mario Maker 1.5. We're gonna put it on the Switch. We're going to basically have the same game, maybe add slopes, yada, yada, a couple things here and there, a few quality of life improvements. This is a full-blown sequel. This is amazing. I mean, everything that the Mario Maker community has been asking for is here. Now, the only thing that we don't know is, are the level sorting and searching and all that, is that going to be fixed? It's probably not. The curation of the levels is what I'm concerned about. There's still a lot of questions that I have regarding okay, they showed Luigi. What does that mean? Is it I upon watching the Direct, more details have been released and whatnot, but is there going to be some crazy multiplayer mode?
Yeah, so there was this image on the eShop in the Super Mario Maker 2 slot or whatever, where there's this image of Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Toadette, which kind of teases full 4-player multiplayer.
Dude, that's what I was hoping. Originally when people would ask what I wanted from Mario Maker 2, I was honestly, I want the slopes and shit like that, but what would really flip the game on its head and give it a whole new dimension of play is just somehow take what New Soup does, with the 4-player co-op, and just do it. But I just never imagined that they could actually go through with that. How do you... The level creation tools and design is already so complex, and now people are going to be making multiplayer levels that. I wonder if it's going to be different mode or if it's just going to be just chaos. I'm down for it, but I'm fucking in if that's what the case is. I really hope that it's got some sort of multiplayer aspect to it.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe there could be like, oh, this level is not meant for multiplayer, or this, like, if you can pick the player count on a level.
Right. Yeah, that's another thing. I hope they fix categories. Like, I really hope that they have some way to, like, just make categories of levels, almost like tags, if you would. Like, when you make a level, if you put Kaizo on it, like, you can literally search in a bar, like, Kaizo levels, and then they're going to come up, or multiplayer levels, like 2 players, 3 players, 4 players. And then, like, of course, they have, like, the 100 Mario Man thing where you could go into, like, a 2-player mode where it gives you nothing but 2-player levels. Like, that would just be fucking awesome. I just don't know. Like, I know the Switch is always doubling down on, like, the Joy-Cons pop off. It's a multiplayer system on the go. So, I mean, there's hope. But I do want them to answer some questions, like the multiplayer thing, like the curation, the categories, stuff like that. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but it has a release date of June. A release window of June, which is absurd.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. I expected fall. It's just ridiculous.
The only reason why I wouldn't have said Super Mario Maker 2 wouldn't come out in this year is because Nintendo's 2019 is already completely insane, and now it's somehow even more that.
It's just ridiculous. But right out of the gate, man, Mario Maker 2, it's like, where do you go from there? And then they went somewhere.
But one more thing I want to say about Mario Maker 2. The one thing I want to see more in the creation tools is more, like, gimmicks. Like, I don't know if all that, like, everything we saw in there was everything that's actually in the game. Because one of the biggest problems with Mario Maker, the first one, was the fact that it was really hard to actually follow Nintendo's own design philosophy in Mario Maker, because there aren't enough tools to do so. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if they have a lot of different stuff to work with.
I definitely see them making moves toward that. Like, you got, like I said, the on-off switches. Like, that could be a gimmick of its own. And they've made it to where you can actually vertically scroll the screen and stuff like a real airship. Not to mention, like, the Angry Sun is back. I mean, it's going to be hard to make your own custom gimmicks, I feel, but you can definitely emulate a lot of what Nintendo did. It looks like they got movable water and lava, so it's not just a water level. So sort of to steal an idea from, like, New Super Mario Bros., where that one level where the bubbles will just be suspended in the air that are water parts and stuff. Like, I hope they have stuff like that too. But I mean, what else can we say, man? I'm so damn excited for it. Cannot fucking wait. It was just amazing to see that that's a thing that exists, and it's out in, like, 4 months, dude. I'm just, like I said, screaming like a little girl. I was. I'm not ashamed. The next announcement that we got is something that I'm, kind of excited for. It's Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3. It's very interesting that this is a Nintendo Switch exclusive. It's published by Nintendo, and it's just, I've never played the Ultimate Alliance games, but I've heard good things about them, and they look fun, like, as little brawlers and stuff. Some new details that we got is that Captain Marvel is going to be included, and also the Defenders, and it's slated for a summer release. So that's cool. I mean, are you going to give this one a shot?
I'm not really sure. Maybe. It looks very RPG, which is not my thing. But I'm willing to. I still have an open mind about it. But I think I'm gonna make up my mind when it gets closer.
Yeah. One thing that I found interesting is that the original reveal for this, I felt like very big MCU vibes from it. Like, I don't know if you got that from the very first announcement.
The designs are very MCU inspired.
Yeah, this one I felt was a little more of its own thing. More back to, like, regular Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, which did you ever play the previous games?
No, I haven't.
No? Yeah, that's why I'm kind of worried. Like, I've never played them. I'm sure you can just jump in, but, like, I just don't know if it's a game for me yet. But, I mean, I love the MCU. I love Marvel.
The weirdest thing about this game is that Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 was developed by Activision. Developed and published by Activision. And Ultimate Alliance 3 is developed by Koei Tecmo and published by Nintendo. Like, what the hell happened there?
How did it happen? Yeah. I don't understand. I would love to see the story behind that. Like, if they come out and be like, this is how the fuck this happened. That'd be an interesting read. But moving on, we got an indie title, right? Box Boy plus Box Girl. Like,
it's not an indie title.
It's not an indie
Box
title.
Boy Box Boy plus Box Girl is a Nintendo published game.
Is it? I thought it was on like Vita and shit.
No, this is a Nintendo exclusive. This is a 3DS game.
What is Box Boy from then? The 3DS?
Well, Box Boy, yeah, 3DS. The Box Boy trilogy is on 3DS, which these are some of the most ingenious puzzle games of all time. These are games that everyone should play, and they're cheap as hell.
Fuck, I'm very misinformed about this game. That sounds awesome. Wait, what?
Yeah, Box Boy they're developed by the same studio as Kirby, HAL Laboratory. Yeah, it's that's why I think Box Boy's actual name is QB, which sounds a lot like Kirby, because he's a cube. But yeah, so there's Box Boy, Box Boy, and what is the last one called? Goodbye Box Boy. I think the last one is Goodbye Box Boy. And yeah, that was the conclusion of the 3DS trilogy of Box Boy games, and now I'm assuming like this is like Bye Bye Box Boy was the third one.
Okay.
And yeah, so now here's the new game, Box Boy plus Box Girl.
So this is a brand new game. It's not like a port or anything like that.
This is a brand new game. I would
And
assume
the other games
this is
didn't
like
have
the start of a new trilogy.
They didn't have co-op on the other ones, right?
No, that was
so this is
one-player games.
Wow. Okay, so I need to check this out because
these games are these games are very fucking good. Like, these are the kind of games where you're sitting and playing like, wow, that's fucking genius.
Nice.
Like, they have like so really like smart, like the gameplay, the mechanics themselves are very simple. Like, you can jump, you can like hold down Y to extend the cubes out of his body. And you use these in so many different ways. It's crazy. You can like extend one, you can extend a few and like pop them out to use them as platforms to jump up on. You can kind of extend them out as like as kind of like a hook to another edge, and then like pull yourself towards it, or like place it out as a bridge. You can use it in like a very tight place to like snake yourself through it. Like, there are so many ways to use this
awesome.
mechanic. Yeah. And so yeah, the first Box Boy was just one set of cubes. Then they had Box Boy, which you could then create two sets of boxes at once. And then there was a third game, Bye Bye Box Boy.
Did he die at the end, or like why is it Bye Bye?
So I'm gonna get to that. The game and that game added a bunch of new kinds of boxes, like explosive bombs and rocket propelled boxes. Oh yeah, and boxed children that it had to. So there were like escort missions.
Damn.
And the thing is, these games, like, when I say they're a trilogy, I'm not kidding. Like, there's actually a story going through all these games. There aren't like, and there's like any text or any like dialogue or anything. It's just like this silent story that's told from the beginning of the first game to the end of the third one. And it's like this very actually like beautiful story told throughout these three games.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like if you were to look at my lists of favorite games of all time, the entire Box Boy trilogy is in the top 10 of every year they came out, I believe.
Damn, that's fucking awesome. I think
these games are incredible.
What makes me sad is that I missed a lot of the 3DS library, but the fact that they're bringing this to Switch is very telling about the 3DS, right? Like, I mean, are they finally kind of moving off from it? And we're starting to see games developed for the 3DS move onto the Switch. That's very good. That's very good news.
Yeah. The fact that Box Boy plus Box Girl is on Switch, and the game we're going to talk about later, Link's Awakening, is also on Switch. Tells a lot about the state of the 3DS right now.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. But not as excited as I am for the Super Smash Bros. 3.0 update. Too bad they didn't tell us shit about it, though. So they brought up the 3.0 update, and basically were like, we'd love to tell you what's in it, but we won't. Not yet. The only news that we really got for it is some new amiibo. And Joker will be out sometime April or before, it kind of sounded like. They said the latest April, so I'm kind of curious.
Before the end of April, yeah.
Right, so I'm wondering, like, what that even means. That's kind of strange wording to give us. Like, is it going to come out sooner? Shit, I'm ready. I'm fucking ready, dude. But some new amiibos was Pokemon Trainer, Solid Snake, Castlevania Simon Belmont. I didn't see anything for Richter, though. I don't know if he was available or not as an amiibo.
He'll probably come.
Yeah, probably. But, I mean, not really much to talk about there except for Joker, but, you know, that's cool. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's a substantial update with, like, the online stuff. The online stuff could really use some work, and they need to stop, you know, nerfing my characters like Pikachu and K. Rool because it's pissing me off. But the next thing that we got was some DLC content for Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which I did not see coming. Did not see this coming.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very exciting. It shows that Nintendo are not against adding content to a port.
Right, to old games.
A Wii U game. Yeah. Which is really nice because, like, a lot of these games on Wii U didn't get the traction that they deserved because it was the Wii U.
Exactly.
And they're basically treating every game as a new game on the Switch, which is also represented in the pricing of the games. But it also shows that, like, yeah, we're not just going to release these and throw them on the Switch. We also treat these as actual Switch games,
right?
Which is evidenced by Captain Toad, which and this kind of brings up the possibility of Mario Kart getting some
new courses. Yeah, dude, that would be amazing. Yeah. Like, nobody would be mad about that. This also added a new co-op mode to the game, which is awesome. And they say 14 new levels will be with the first arriving today, yesterday. So a new level's already available, and 13, I guess, coming out later. That's fucking awesome.
Are you sure it was 13? I thought it was less than that.
That's what I remember seeing, but let me check. But with that in mind, like how you were saying about the DLC for like older games, Mario Kart being one, what do you think about like New Soup Deluxe? Like, do you think we'll see anything for that, or even like, I don't know, Tropical Freeze? Like, because I would love a Tropical Freeze DLC with the Kremlings or some shit. But I know Retro is busy as fuck. Like, I don't know, I don't see that happening. But
yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any Tropical Freeze DLC. Sadly. Let's see, 18 new challenges and 5 new courses.
Okay. So 5 courses, 18 challenges. I don't know where the fuck I got that number from then. But either way, that's awesome. That's exciting.
All right, what's next?
Next up would be...
And you should be playing Captain Toad, by the way. It's a great game.
Dude, I played it on Wii U. I haven't gotten it for Switch. Also, 3D World. That needs to be one that needs to be ported. Like, it's the Wii U library is getting thin, like for games that aren't available on the Switch. But
and like remember like, spoilers for Captain Toad. Captain Toad ended with it being a prequel
Right.
3D world. And the new ending in the Switch version is honestly worse, in my opinion. Because Captain Toad ended with like the intro cutscene,
Right.
for 3D World, and like how he just kind of drops in like immediately after they leave in that cutscene, which was a super cool integration into the story of 3D World. Yeah, so I hope that they bring 3D World to Switch and then somehow brings that integration back, and also those levels that were you could play as Captain Toad in some 3D World levels, which was super cool.
Right. Yeah.
Because it was like these, like just the regular levels, and now you have to get through Captain Toad who can't fucking jump.
Dude, those are fun ass puzzles though. Okay, next up we got Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is like a Castlevania Symphony of the Night, like sort of inspired game. This looks really fun. The art style, I'm not too crazy about like the 3D polygonal, but it looks really good. I'm definitely going to give it a shot.
I think it's going to look better running natively. A lot of these, like a lot of the 2D 3D games don't look that great on video. Yeah,
not to mention it being streamed and us being at my friends, like the resolution was kicked down a notch. But I'm excited for that. Did you play the other Bloodstain? Was it Curse of the Moon? No, that's Castlevania.
No, I'm not like a Castlevania person.
Did you ever play Symphony?
That's when they That's when they take Metroid and throw RPG elements into it. So it's not really up my alley.
It's fucking awesome, Dennis. I'm excited for it. Summer 2019 is where it's slated to release. Next up, we had Dragon Quest Builders 2, which I've never been a Dragon Quest person, and Dragon Quest Builders looks even less appealing. It's like a dragon. It's basically like Dragon Ball Fortnite, like it looks like to me, but not like the cool Dragon Ball stuff. It's just like the characters.
I mean, it's why Fortnite, Minecraft.
Right. Oh yeah, you're right. Absolutely, Minecraft. I mean, it just doesn't do anything for me personally. It's saying July 12th it's coming to the Switch. And also Dragon Quest XI S Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition. That was announced exclusively for the Switch. I don't know what any of that means.
It's time to crown this game for the price that it so humbly deserves. The longest title of all time. Okay, let's give it a round of applause, okay?
You did it, Dragon Quest 11 S Echoes of Elusive Age Definitive Edition. Good job, everybody. Did those do anything for you? Of course not. Of course not. Shut up.
They're the root of the RPG evil.
Yeah, I mean, I respect Dragon Quest. Don't get me wrong, because I'm an RPG person, but it's just not for me. Like, I say that I'm an RPG person, but like as far as the RPGs go, I'm mainstream. Like I'm playing my Persona 5s, I'm playing my Chrono Triggers, Chrono Cross, my Kingdom Hearts, that kind of shit. I'm not deep in there. I'm not playing all this crazy shit. Moving on though, we got a really weird announcement that it's weird. It's called Tsum Tsum, Disney Tsum Tsum Festival. Some sort of weird party puzzle game that
Kerley, you know you can't mention Tsum Tsum without talking about puzzles.
Is that a thing? I don't know. What the fuck is Tsum Tsum? They
said that in the direct. I'm like, I guess. I don't know what Tsum Tsum is.
You can't mention Tsum Tsum without puzzles, or else you'll be in like trouble with the law. Like, I don't know what this game is. It's cute. It's fucking adorable, but it's...
Yeah, it was definitely adorable.
You got to give props to Nintendo for having something for everybody. You got something for all those JRPG fucking nerds. You got something for all those stupid kids. And then you got Mario Maker 2 for the real men out there doing the jobs that, God's work. Moving on. We got some more DLC. or not even, I don't even know if it's DLC. I'm kind of confused on this one. Starlink, Battle for Atlas, is getting a free update that it's going to basically take Star Wolf and other Star Fox members, and I think they said it was just like a free update. It's not even DLC, right?
Yeah. So they said that this will be a part of the next. That this will be a part of the next Starlink update.
That's fucking awesome, man. Like the fact that
obviously this is only on Switch.
Yeah, the fact that this game
seriously,
is
like if you're playing Starlink on any other platform, you get
what are you doing,
man?
No, don't even bother. Like this game is like some weird Star Fox fusion type game. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but the fact that it's getting an update specifically for that, and not only like specifically for the Switch and Star Fox, but is bringing in like C-list characters and letting you like, you know, I mean, Star Wolf team, like I didn't even see Star Wolf in this DLC. It's all the side characters of both teams. I'm fucking in.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
I think the reason why we didn't see Star Fox and Star Wolf is because they're already
in the core game, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Star Fox team is also in the game, but they weren't playable already.
Right. This is awesome to me. I respect the hell out of this game.
So,
regardless of the toys thing, like I don't care for that.
One caution before anyone picks this up: this is not a Star Fox game.
Yeah, it's not.
It is. It's not a Star Fox game at any level. The only point you'll ever feel like you're playing a Star Fox game is when you're using Fox's special ability and like the Cornelia song shows up. It's like that's the only point you'll ever feel like you're playing Star Fox in this game. It is just as by the numbers as any other Ubisoft game, except this time they got a reason to make the world even bigger for no reason.
Absolutely. I mean, you have your aerial and vehicular combat. So I mean, I understand why they combine the franchise with it. It makes sense for the characters and the fact that it is like vehicular combat. I mean, but it doesn't feel like Star Fox. No, absolutely not. But that R-Wing toy, that thing's pretty dope. Just saying.
Yeah, I have it. I have it right here.
Nice. That's the only.
It's the
only one that I want because I don't really care for the Toys to Life side of the gaming industry. But
I mean, the thing is, you can get it like very cheap right now because no one is playing Starlink.
It sucks. Maybe it'll bring some people in. Next up is another game that I just don't have any knowledge or interest in. Rune Factory announced that Rune Factor 4 is coming out later this year. And also, the development of Rune Factory 5 had like this big, like, oh yeah, that's not all. We're also developing Rune Factor 5. Factory, I'm sorry. Is it Factor or Factory? Rune Factory 5. And like my friend Mark was just like, dude, some kid out there just lost his fucking mind. And I'm just, it's fantastic. Just like,
yeah.
When they showed, like, I was kind of interested. I'm like, this looks kind of cool. This is nice. And then they're like, Rune Factory 4. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is Rune Factory 1, 2, and 3? And then they're just like, here's 5 coming in. Like, it's in development. And I'm just like, oh, God, you lost me. Like, this is way too deep. You were telling me before we recorded, this is a spinoff of what series? Harvest
Moon.
Harvest Moon, okay.
Yeah, apparently the creator of Harvest Moon said this is the Harvest Moon with the sword. So, I mean, he knows how to explain his game, so that's good.
Let me just say, shout out to any of you JRPG fans because y'all are getting the love. Y'all are getting it, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, I what I like to do after watching a Nintendo Direct is going around to my favorite YouTubers and seeing their reactions to them.
And just see how blank faced they are.
And my favorite was Relaxalax, one of my favorite YouTubers. And, like, he was just checked out completely during this entire RPG section.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Another RPG from Tokyo RPG Factory is Onunaki. This is kind of a surprise game from the team that did I Am Setsuna and The Lost Sphere. That's coming out this summer. It looks good. The art style on that game has me like, all right, I might actually try this one out. Like I was saying, like I don't jump into all the JRPGs, but this one looks fucking dope. This art style kind of got me sold on it. So I'll check it out. It looks good. And then we have, ladies and gentlemen, Yoshi's Crafted World. That game is 100% day one
the
for
Japanese RPG.
Yeah.
It was the one game in like this section, like between Dragon Quest and
you're right.
Fire
Jesus.
Emblem. It was that and Tsum Tsum. Those games were like so out of place.
That's hilarious. Yeah, Yoshi's Crafted World being sandwiched between Oninaki and Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yeah.
It was just to keep everybody awake, you know?
Exactly.
All us uncultured swans.
Yeah, we gotta wake people up before the Fire Emblem section.
But they showed...
I played a demo that they put out for Yoshi's Crafted World, and it's good. It's really good. I wasn't entirely sold on this game before I played a demo, and I was like, this feels really good.
I have a question for the demo. Can you play it front and backwards, kind of like the gimmick of the game?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I was kind of interested in that.
What I really like a change they've done to the controls, because this plays very much like any Yoshi game, like Yoshi's Island.
Right.
One thing that I like that they've changed is they no longer have the automatically going up and down cursor that they had in Yoshi's Island. Instead, like you hold down the aim button and now you get a free moving cursor that you can move anywhere on the screen.
Interesting. They got motion controls with it?
No, I don't think so. But it feels a lot better than it does had before, in my opinion.
Nice. I like that idea because I mean the aiming of that thing where it's just automatic type thing. I mean that's nice, but having free control over it should open it up a lot better. And I mean I saw this trailer for this game is gorgeous. And then some of the levels, like you're playing a lot with the background, throwing eggs at the background, just like this looks fucking amazing. So cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with like the flipping. Like I'm so intrigued by that. Like level design wise, like it's kind of a trip, man. They also announced that there's going to be costumes in the game, which are really fucking goofy. Like Yoshi legitimately puts these boxes around his body, and he's got the fucking Labo piano fucking just wrapped around him. I'm so glad that they put Labo somewhere in this because it's a game that just is built for it, you know? I hope that there's some kind of Labo support for the game. But
the thing is, like, the fact that this is the only Labo thing that they have in this game shows that they realized that the similarities to Labo very late in development.
Right. They're just like, oh, fuck, that would have been a good idea. It arrives March 29th. That is very soon. That is next month, Dennis. I'm fucking stoked, dude.
It's like when they released the original Splatoon, and everyone told them like, "Hey, this is like a lot like Super Mario Sunshine," and Nintendo was like, "Yeah, you're right." It's like you didn't notice that.
Damn, Nintendo, where you at?
It's the same situation here.
All right, moving on to the big guns of the entire thing. Supposedly. Fire Emblem Three Houses. There's a long fucking trailer reveal for this game. It must have been like 5-7 minutes. I don't even know. The release date got pushed on this. It got delayed to July 26th. It was originally going to come out in the spring. I just had to say this. I've never played a Fire Emblem game, and they spent 7 minutes trying to explain why I should buy this game, and it literally moved the needle none for me. I'm no more interested in this than I was before it started, and that's a disappointment because I was hoping that they're going to turn me around on this one, it being a core console Fire Emblem. And it's just, they just went on about like the characters and like the three houses and this and that. And it's like, tell me why I want to play this game. Like that doesn't sell it.
Yeah, I think if you really want to get into Fire Emblem, play Fire Emblem Awakening. That is the best game in the franchise, in my opinion. I think the games that they released since, like Fire Emblem Fates, did not live up to expectations for me. They took a lot of the very specific gameplay aspects of Awakening and tried to shoehorn them into Fates. And it didn't really work. The story wasn't that great, even though it had a really nice premise of the story. Yeah, it was.
So where's your hype at for this release?
So Three Houses seems like especially after my discovery of Advance Wars.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. Recently, by the way, Dennis started playing Advance Wars, fell in love.
Yeah, and I realized that the game of my dreams, the game that I want Fire Emblem to be, was actually done in Advance Wars, and I have 3 more games to play and War Group. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. But yeah, so Three Houses is basically like it's a turn-based RPG, and this time they go so deep into the RPG elements that you're actually a teacher and you have to create all of your forces yourself, basically.
Right.
Which is just like, oh yeah, this is skill tree the game. That sounds fun. So I'm a bit skeptical. I don't know if this is going to be my kind of game, and I also don't think the characters, like, I'm not seeing any like standout interesting characters so far. They all look like very bland, I think.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I want to give these games a shot because people tell me, like, when you play it, you're going to get it. Like, the combat in those games is phenomenal and stuff. It's just, I can't bring myself to do it. And I was just hoping that this game was going to turn me around. And I mean, I might try it out. I hope they have some sort of demo for it because maybe that'll get its hooks in me that way.
Yeah, like my thing with this one is that, yeah, it's just mainly the characters. Like, they don't look any standout characters. Like, look at Marth, look at Ike, look at Chrom.
Yeah.
Like, these are like, they look like fucking iconic characters.
Right.
And these are just, they look so bland anime to me.
Yeah.
And
one thing I will say is it had some,
like, look at the main character.
Yeah.
It looks so boring.
It had some amazing looking, like, 2D anime cutscenes. Like, that stuff I love. Like, it did give me some Persona vibes where it was jumping between the anime cutscenes to the 3D stuff. Mm-hmm. So I did find, like, the art style in that way very interesting. But I agree with you. The characters didn't stand out, and they spent so long talking about them, and I was just like, why? What? Who? What?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they didn't make you give a shit about them, even though they spent 8 minutes talking about them. Moving on, though.
Just one quick note. Like, it looks like they want to be like the Harry Potter of Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Because this looks like it would be like the Hogwarts school in Fire Emblem.
I didn't get those vibes at all. But if I had, I'd be sold because I'm fucking Harry Potter
you have
number
multiple
one.
houses.
That's true. Yeah.
They all have like
fucking I might be into this now, Dennis. What now? I'm just no. Okay, so moving on, they dropped this bombshell that's just crazy to me. A fucking brand new Battle Royale game. And they tease this with the silhouette of a fucking Tetris block. And you're just like, Tetris is on Switch. Okay, cool. Next thing you know, it says
99 players.
90 fucking 9 players. And you're just like,
and everyone's like, what the hell? Tetris Battle Royale. And then they announced Tetris 99.
Fuck, dude. I, like, no joke. There's like, if I had to pick like the most hype moment of this direct, this is easily number 3. Like, Tetris Battle Royale should not be a fucking thing. And I love all the memes about everything being a Battle Royale. And then Tetris is like, yo, it's real. It's like, this...
Yeah, it was basically one of those memes like, oh, everyone's making the Battle Royale jokes. And then Tetris like, hold my beer.
Yeah, dude. It's ridiculous. It's so awesome. Have you gotten a chance to play it?
I have.
Okay.
I mean, it's free for everyone with a Nintendo Switch Online subscription.
That alone is amazing. That is how you bring people into this fucking online service. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So I've played one match so far, and it's chaotic.
Yeah.
And I still have to figure out a little bit more about how you target other players and stuff like that. But it's Tetris, you know, like. The one difference, like if you've played like dual Tetris before, like where you just play Tetris against another player,
right?
You know that playing
basically
Tetris
when you
against,
get lines, you fuck up the other person by dropping the solid blocks and shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And you have to think very differently when you play competitive Tetris in that way. Instead of just like trying to go for the big ones all the time, you have to like kind of save things to like defend yourself when you get blocks towards and stuff like that. So it's a very different tactic, and that's definitely how you play Tetris 99. So yeah, it's a very interesting game, and I'm gonna give it a shot more. The biggest problem, I think, the reason why I wouldn't jump entirely to Tetris 99 from like Puyo Puyo Tetris is that it's online and I wouldn't be able to pause.
That's true.
There's a lot of times when I play Tetris when I just pause, and then continue playing like a little bit later.
The a lot of the stuff that was like released today, coming out today, tomorrow, like it was awesome to see. But man, I didn't have time to jump in any of it before we talked about it today. So I'm glad you got to check out most of it. I'm so excited for this. I fucking love Tetris. And as much as the Battle Royale craze gets shit on, like I like it. Like the idea of it all is really cool to me. And the best part is whenever you have unique shit like this happening, like a puzzle game. I don't even know what Tetris is. Puzzle game is doing it.
The funny thing about Tetris is that like the term for like Battle Royale games is like, where we drop in, and here it's like, what are we dropping?
Where we dropping T-Block? Let's go. All right. I'm very excited for this next one as well. You pop up with the little doggo, and we have a Deltarune Switch release announcement. Man, I'm so excited for this. I don't know if I told you, I finally beat Undertale. Just the pacifist route. And man, let me tell you, I'm so mad at myself for not playing Undertale sooner. That is probably my number 2 favorite indie game of all time at this point. And like, you don't even have to sell me on this. Like, Deltarune, fuck, it's a sequel to Undertale. I'm getting it. Like, 100%.
What's the number 1 favorite?
Celeste.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
For sure. The first chapter is available on the Switch. Now, I don't know if I want to wait for the whole release or if I'm going to jump in on this first chapter, because I don't know if it's the type of game that you really need to see, you know?
Yeah, I think you should play them when they come out.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
how I'm
like
feeling.
Like Toby Fox is a single dude. Like
yeah,
this gonna take.
It's gonna be a while.
I think.
I'm very happy that he's even working on it. I'm glad that it's coming to the Switch. That's awesome. The trailer reveal for it was fucking hilarious. They censored out the characters' faces and a lot of words with just the dog. And it's just like, I love, if you haven't played Undertale, like the humor in that game is so unique to itself. And this trailer just represented itself in such a Undertale way. And it was so good. The very end is just like, first chapter free now. Chapters later will not be. Or some shit like that. It's just like, it's such
more
a
chapters
fucking...
in development. Will not be free.
Will not be free. It's so good. It's so funny. And then the next game they revealed was from their last E3 opener. It's called Daemon X Machina. They now have a demo available for it. And you've played the demo, right?
Yeah. I want to preface this by saying this is not my kind of game. Yeah. And I played a demo and I was like, it's not my kind of game.
Fair enough. It looks cool. Like it looks like some Gundam shit. I like the art style, and it looks very unique for the Switch. I woke up this morning and went on Twitter, and a lot of people have had some pretty bad impressions of it so far. So I'm hoping they didn't give a release window. I'm hoping that they take some feedback and really tweak the game and make it good, because I definitely want to try it out. I'll probably skip out on the demo for now just because there's so much shit to play right now. So, I mean, I'm excited for it. It doesn't necessarily look like my kind of game either, but like, I'll give it a shot. It looks cool. Yeah. Then they showed Grid Autosport for the Switch coming later this year. I don't know what that is. It's a car game. It's a vroom vroom. Have you ever heard of this?
Yeah, I think it's from Codemasters.
Okay.
The like big premier like realistic racing game developer.
It's so bizarre that's on the Switch.
Yeah, and it actually looks pretty good.
Dude, yeah. It's crazy how good car games look. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. Like you said, yeah, it looks good for the Switch. I mean, we don't have that kind of realistic driving game really on there, so more power to them. And then they're bringing another game over that I'm very interested in, Hellblade Sensuous Sacrifice. That was
Senua's Sacrifice.
Senua's Sacrifice. I can't read. That's going to be on the Switch this spring. That's one that I wanted to pick up last year very much, but didn't have the funds for. And now I'm at a crossroads where, like, man, should I just get this on PS4 or the Switch now? Because I don't know if it's even like a portable style game, so I'll probably still get it on PS4.
This is definitely like an experience kind of game. You want to experience it in the best way possible.
Yeah, like I think I remember people talking about the headphones. Yeah,
yes,
that was what I was saying. For this game. When people were talking about it, they say the first thing that the game tells you is like, put on some headphones. You're in for a ride.
Yeah, and listen to that.
Yeah, it's like a psychological thriller, kind of weird, like time travel-y game. Not time travel-y, but like you go through different eras or some shit. I don't really know much about it, but I'm into it.
Yeah, like it takes place in Celtic times or whatever, whatever you call that. And you're playing as this Celtic warrior named Senua, who suffers from psychosis. Which is a mental illness, and she hears voices in her head. Mm. And the idea of playing with headphones is to simulate the feeling of having voices in your head.
That's fucking awesome.
Which is ridiculously cool. I played this when it came out on my PC, on my like ultra wide monitor, like blacked out with my like studio headphones on. It was great.
That sounds awesome, dude. I want to pick it up a lot, but yeah, I'll probably still get it on PS4. But it's cool that's coming to the Switch. Then they had kind of like a montage, not really a montage, but they're like, the Switch library is growing, yada yada, and they talked a lot about Final Fantasy. We got Final Fantasy VII coming in March, which is awesome. That's pretty soon. And then they have Final Fantasy IX basically out now, which is like, what? Why 9 before that? Yeah. Anyway, that's fucking awesome. Cool. And then they also showed that Assassin's Creed 3 remaster is coming to Switch on May 21st. And
I'm excited about the Assassin's Creed 3 remastered.
I'm excited for people.
Creed 3,
yeah.
Assassin's Creed 3 is one of my favorites in the franchise. I'm not really looking forward to the 6-hour intro of that game, but I'm looking forward to the hours after the first 6 hours.
I've been seeing, I guess since the, you said earlier, Assassin's Creed Odyssey DLC is like, has the Assassin's Creed 3 remaster or something. Mm. So like, it's basically being remastered and included with that or something. What is?
Yeah.
So and then people were like, bring it to the Switch. I've been seeing people talk about Assassin's Creed 3 on Switch for a while now, and it didn't really make sense to me until you explained that. I mean, I'm happy people are getting it. That's great. I'm not an Assassin's Creed guy, but
I'm excited about it. The problem with this game is that this was still back when they were trying to make Connor like the second Ezio. Like Ezio, one of the cool things about Ezio's story is that we saw him from his birth to his death, spanning throughout like Assassin's Creed 2, 3, Revelations, and then Embers, the movie. Like they released like a short animated movie which showed him in his last like days.
Damn.
So yeah, like that was one of the cool things about Ezio's story, and they tried to do the same thing with Connor, but people didn't like Connor that much. So that's why the first like 6 hours of Assassin's Creed 3 is like starting from Ezio, no, starting from like Connor being, I don't know if we see him being born, but I know he's very young when the game starts, and then it continues until he's an adult, and that's when the majority of the game is played. But then people didn't like Connor that much, so that's why they went with his father or grandfather, one of those two, grandfather Edward, in Assassin's Creed 4.
I eventually want to give like the Ezio collection a shot and whatnot, because I've just never really got into the series, but maybe one day. Maybe this one will tip me over.
Yeah, the problem with Assassin's Creed is that every game has become like better on a gameplay standpoint, that it is really hard to go back to the older ones.
Go back, right?
Yeah,
and you're not a fan of the modern ones, are you? Right? Because the RPG stuff.
Yeah, they just dropped everything cool about Assassin's Creed. Like, let's not have a bunch of buildings everywhere.
That's a conversation for another day. Next up, we got.
I should say, like, one of the cool things about Assassin's Creed 3 is that it's set in like industrial, or what do you call, like, revolutionary America.
Yeah.
And there aren't a lot of buildings everywhere, but they had a really complex tree climbing gameplay and rock climbing, which made it really fun to traverse like the frontier. Like with trees, and like they had different seasons, like there could be snow, and like when you finish the game, you can like do some like animus hacks or whatever it's called, and you can like just have it snow all the time, which I did, which was really nice because I love snow. So it was just snow everywhere all the time, and I was climbing the trees and killing people. It was nice. It was great, and I'm excited to do that again.
Nice. I'm excited for you. We had a new IP announced. It's called Astral Chain, and it's from Platinum Games, and supposedly it's releasing in 2019. This game, like, the entire time I was watching the trailer, I was very confused on what the hell was going on. I was literally like on the brink of like, is this going to be like some really weird twist where Bayonetta's going to come out of nowhere and start shooting some bitches? And like, it turns out it's a Platinum game. Like that, I'm in. Yeah. I mean, this game looks like a Platinum game. It looks fun, looks cool. The characters and the world look intriguing to me. And like, fuck, the fact that we're getting like games like this on the Switch is still mind blowing to me. It's awesome. I don't know if it's exclusive or not. They didn't mention.
Yeah, I think it's exclusive.
So, hats off to Platinum.
Initially I was like, it's like whatever. But then I look at it more, and it's like it looks a lot like Nier Automata, and I really like Nier Automata. I hope it's not as much of an RPG as Nier Automata, but
yeah, man, I just like this the unique style it has. Like, it's just the game just looks very stylish, like kind of like Devil May Cry, where it has its own tone and like weird jive to it. Like, this game kind of has that for its own thing, you know? I'm into it. I like it. And then we got the question mark of Bayonetta 3, where they said, it's still in development. Strange that we didn't hear or see anything else about it, but we got this new game. But I mean, it's not canceled. Everything seems to be rolling. I'm cool. Awesome.
Yeah. As I said before we started recording, like, I think the main reason why they mentioned this is because they just announced a new Platinum game.
Right.
And they announced Bayonetta 3 over a year ago, and they haven't mentioned it since. So I think, the main reason why they mentioned Bayonetta 3 there is so people wouldn't be like, did they cancel Bayonetta 3?
Man, Nintendo's not normally like that. They're not normally one to talk about IPs and just not talk about them for a long time. And they did that with Metroid Prime 4, with the 2019 supposedly Pokemon, and Bayonetta 3. It was a weird thing that Nintendo kind of broke away from.
The reason why we're starting to hear like all these weird development updates of games, which we never hear from Nintendo, is because Nintendo usually doesn't announce games so far ahead.
Yeah.
So I think they realized that, we need to actually talk about these games so people know they're still happening.
Well, what's funny is like we say that they don't normally do that, and then this entire direct is almost all focused on like summer. Like it's crazy how packed the summer is going to be for Switch. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, they do
new
talk about a
announced
couple fall releases, but you have to assume E3 is going to be when we're seeing Animal Crossing and Pokemon, unless we see them beforehand, you know. But
yeah, I think there are two different options. Either we see them at E3 or at a second direct that is before E3.
I feel like we have to see something Pokemon before, because the fact that we
we're definitely
we haven't even seen a logo for that. Nothing.
Yeah, because we never do. Look, this is the the schedule for a Pokemon game. They announce it in spring, and then they do a fucking long ass hype cycle for it, and then release it in the fall. That happens every time. And
except this time they announced it like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but they only said so because they announced fucking Pokemon quests.
Yeah.
And then they announced Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, which would be a game where that's like 101 in how to make a controversial entry in your main series. So that's why they told people about that game.
Right.
But yeah, like I can tell you right now that we're going to see details on Pokemon Gen 8 in like May or something like that, and then we're gonna see the full blowout at E3, and then the game comes out in November.
Where do you think Animal Crossing lands?
Animal Crossing is tough. I would have said Animal Crossing would have come out in like July, but now Fire Emblem has July, so I could see August.
I feel like it's later, September, October for me.
It's possible, yeah.
Maybe even they might even follow suit with how Pokemon and Smash landed this year or last year, and do a late release for Animal Crossing. I could easily see that.
It's gonna be interesting. I could see Animal Crossing coming out in December actually, because that's not like a hype fall game, I think.
Right. I mean, it is, but
yeah, but like the main like audience behind Animal Crossing is not necessarily in the hardcore gaming space.
Right. Dude, the E3 is going to be Pokemon then. I mean, that's going to be their big blowout.
Yeah.
Like how they always have like one center piece normally. Last year was Smash. This year is going to be Pokemon.
I don't think it's going to be Pokemon that is the centerpiece. In fact, no? I'm not really sure what the centerpiece is going to be, because they have so many things to talk about. So I don't really know.
But the two big ones for fall is going to be Pokemon and Animal Crossing.
Yeah, but Pokemon is not a Nintendo game. It's a Pokemon Company game.
Yeah, I guess. So we also didn't see anything about Town, which is interesting.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything on that. So that could be an E3 thing. But the last reveal, they started strong and they fucking ended strong when I was like, where did they go from here? Well, they gave us Link's Awakening remake for Nintendo fucking Switch, not 3DS. Kiss my ass, 3DS. You can go to hell. This game looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks amazing. People are calling it like the Funko style, because it all looks like pop figures.
Yeah.
It's
so goddamn cute. It's so cute.
I love the art style. It was like
his eyes, dude. His eyes are little dots. It's like
planning this game. They were like, "Yo, we know the Toon Link is really cute. We gotta beat that right now. We gotta make an even cuter."
Oh my god!
Link.
Can we please get that skin and Smash for Toon Link or Young Link? God damn, dude. That'd be amazing.
It's funny to see. It's funny to see people's reactions to like Goombas and Chain Chomps being in the game. Yeah. People are like Chain Chomps, and it's like, dude, that was in
they were actually
game.
In the game. Yeah,
yeah.
They had that in the dude. Link's Awakening is a weird Zelda game. It's very fucking weird, but it's very good. It's beloved.
Like Link's Awakening is the game that sparks like the theories of Mario and Legend of Zelda being in the same universe.
I mean, for obvious reasons, they literally have Goombas and Chainshops.
Yeah.
But like the opening scene for it was fucking awesome. The way they went back to the old character designs in the 2D cartoony look. And when they showed the fucking island or the mountain with the fucking egg, it's just, man, I stood up and grabbed my chair and I was just like in disbelief. I was like, I was hoping so hard that it wasn't going to be 3DS, and they fucking did it, dude. I could not believe it. It's just mind blowing. I'm so excited. I did not think we were going to get a Zelda this soon on the Switch, like 2D or 3D. 2019
I would have actually bet that we would have seen a Zelda game this year, because they do have two teams working on Zelda games. They have like the quote unquote portable team and the quote unquote console team, but now they're both on Switch. But like, yeah, the team behind the Link Between Worlds was making something, and here it is.
It's fucking awesome, man. I can't wait. So that was the Nintendo Direct for February 2019. It was very solid. Very, very solid. Some really good surprises. It opened strong. It ended strong. It gave us some DLC for some amazing stuff. Some third-party support in there. Tetris Battle Royale. Yoshi's Crafted World. Like, dude, it's a solid-ass Direct, man. I really couldn't ask for more. I mean, they gave me everything I wanted except for, the big hitters for the fall, but it makes sense. Like, when you have this much shit coming out this summer, like, let it shine, dude. I'm just really happy. I'm happy with it. But that's not all. Today we got a new release that you showed me.
Okay, just, like, stop for a second. Can we please just, like, play, like the challenger approaching sound effect? And then it's like, oh my god, new announcement.
All right. Go for it.
I mean, I can't play it. Okay, I mean, I'm the one that's like...
It's in post.
Yeah.
Hang on. All right. Wait, it should just cut me off. Hang on. It's going to cut me off. It's like...
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really happy with that. Goddamn. But no, dude, I'm super stoked for Nintendo 2019. That Direct really kicked my ass.
Kerley.
And then it starts.
I don't know what to do. Like, Kerley! Oh my god, there's a new announcement. Oh my god. Okay.
What is that?
I don't know. I mean, dude, that's a post effect, man. Like, you're gonna do like, it's like fucking thing or whatever.
It's so good. It's
dude,
so good.
Hollow Knight fucking 2, man. Hollow Knight Silksong.
A fucking
full
bomb
sequel.
drops. Yeah.
A full sequel to Hollow Knight. One of my favorite games of all time. Spoilers, number 6. We're gonna talk about it next episode, but I'm just gonna...
The next episode that we've already recorded, it's very confusing.
Yeah. Oh my god. Hollow Knight 2, starring Hornet, the coolest character in Hollow Knight. The game looks amazing. It looks a lot more fast-paced than Hollow Knight.
Dude, the traversal. The traversal looks so good.
God, it looks so cool. I'm so excited for that game.
Yeah, dude. I'm confused, as you were, why it wasn't in the Nintendo Direct, but...
What did you say?
I mean, fuck. I was confused by why it wasn't in the Nintendo Direct yesterday, but...
Exactly.
I mean, I'll fucking take it.
Yeah.
It was honestly a shock. Like, you don't expect that, like, the day after Big Ass Direct. It's like, hey... You know that one of your favorite games of all time, Dennis? You know, we're making a sequel.
So, a playable Hornet was actually something that they promised as part of their Kickstarter, their original Kickstarter. So this is something that people have actually been expecting, but we thought it would be a DLC or an update to the original Hollow Knight. And the big news here is that, no, it is not just the same world, the same quests, all of that as Hornet. It is a completely new game. And I love that they are actually packaging it as its own game. I think it is so detrimental to the amount of work that they put in, like when it comes to Shovel Knight and all the new Spectre Knight's quest and all of that stuff. Those are completely new games,
Right.
and it's so detrimental to the amount of time and effort that they put into that stuff if they just do it as a free update to the original game. So I love that they're actually selling this as a sequel because it is worth the name Hollow Knight 2 just as much as Spectre Knight's campaign is worth the name Shovel Knight 2.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm
shout out to Team
this.
Cherry, man. They're killing it. They're fucking killing it. I'm super excited for that too. I still need to beat Hollow Knight 1. I'm sorry, everybody.
Dude, you gotta.
It's a good ass game. I know. This is gonna motivate me, dude. I'll probably play it some tonight. But we'll have to. Oh yeah.
The stream is already happening at this point.
Oh yes, indeed. Okay. Well, that concludes episode 1 of Retry Radio. Almost called it Rebreak Radio.
Oh my god! It's almost like this show is not. It's not like that's the reborn version of this show, man.
Yeah, it's not at all. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let us know what you are most excited for from the Nintendo Direct and Hollow Knight, of course. Talk about that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead, do that. Send us some love, some comments, likes, all that jazz. Dennis, where can they find you?
You can find me at Dennis_Lofgren on Twitter. That's when you can hear me talk all about Nintendo, Apple, and Taylor Swift. So
hell yeah. Pop stars and rock stars of the game industry, exactly, as they call them. But I'm Kerley. You can find me here, and we're out. Love you guys. Peace out.
Bye.